People, hello, how are you? Hopefully, we're all doing well. I'm Tom. Let's talk about the first ever Ring magazine card in April at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's really good, but it's not. I think a lot of people, perhaps myself included, was hoping for or expecting it to be like a Riyadh season card, but it was never going to be. It was never going to be quite like a Riyadh season card because the fact of the matter is, for whatever reason, Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't want to put on. Well, not necessarily Turki Al-Sheikh because he doesn't actually own the Riyadh season, but the people, you know, the big wigs behind the Riyadh season weren't impressed with the numbers it did abroad. They'd rather keep it locally, and I get it. Look, if you're paying all that money, you'd rather have it in your country. So I completely understand kind of the reasoning behind that, right? And for whatever reason, as I say, they've now decided that's that. And Turki Al-Sheikh's gone out, bought the Ring magazine, and is putting on shows powered by the Ring magazine, if you like. This is the first one. This is the one opening the bill, and it's not to the caliber of Riyadh season. But as I say, it wasn't going to be. That said, it's still a really good card, and it will sell out at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's something that I want to go. I think I'm going to try and get tickets. I know when they go on sale. I need to look into it and see when they actually go on sale. I know if you pre-ordered a game, you could get there a bit sooner. I'm not going to pre-order the game. I'll just try and get the tickets when they actually go on sale. I'll try and get down there because for a lot of these fights, I mean, pretty much all of these fights, I'm a neutral. I'm not necessarily backing one of the fighters. I just want to go and see some good boxing put on display. And that's what it's going to be at a state-of-the-art stadium in Tottenham Hotspur ground, which is, again, a fantastic stadium. Really, really good ground. So you got top-of-the-art, state-of-the-art, top kind of world stadium with a good boxing show, with some good boxing. I'll try and get down there. And to open the night, you have Vidal Riley versus Chev Clark. And I like this fight. It's the fight we all perhaps wanted to see. There was the fight that logically made sense, but it's the fight that we didn't think we were going to see. And now we're going to see it. Isaac Chamberlain, and I don't think Vidal's going to fight on the first now. Vidal's obviously meant to have a fight next weekend. I now don't think that's going to happen, which is a real shame, so I was looking forward to getting him out there. Vidal's biggest enemy has been lack of activity. That's been his biggest enemy. Now, through injuries, through people pulling out whatever it is, Vidal's biggest enemy has been lack of activity. So I wanted to see him get out there on the first. Maybe he will take an easy touch, but then we'll see him out there again in April against Chev Clark. And Chev Clark, obviously, a bit of a level above him, but coming off the back of that loss, has had to drop down. And it's a real chance for Vidal to springboard himself up the rankings, so to speak. And it will be a really good fight. And that's opening the card. And then you go into Billy Smith versus Brandon, Brandon Glanton. I don't really know Brandon. You know, you can probably tell by the fact I couldn't really read his name there. But Billy Smith we know, and he is one of the top cruiserweights. Same division as a Vidal Riley. So we might be able to see where this is kind of marrying up to go. But it's a fight I expect Chris Billy Smith to come through. I think he will. I still think he's up there, dropping down a little bit. But I think he'll come through with flying colours. Perhaps we'll still see a Jar Pattaya fight, or maybe he'll get a world title off somebody else before fighting a Jar Pattaya. And then obviously the Liam Smith versus Aaron McKenna fight. They're both good. They're both good fighters. Liam Smith is really good. I think he's perhaps overplayed slightly. You know, when you look at the likes of TalkSport, Simon Jordan really playing him up as a world beater. He's not that. But he is a really good fighter. Pardon me. And I expect him to come through this as well. So that'll be a really good fight. And obviously Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur 3. Really good co-main. Anthony Yarde, I feel I'm hesitant to say sorry for. Because actually, he did this himself. Why he didn't stay with Frank, I'll never know. If he did look where he probably could have been now. But he's getting in there. He's fighting Lyndon Arthur. Co-main, really great fight. And obviously the main event, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Look, I'm not enthralled for any of these fights. There's not a particular fight in there at the moment that I'm looking at really excited for, really chomping at the bit to go and see. But will I watch the whole thing? Of course I will. Do I want to get tickets to go and see the event? Yes, because it will be good boxing on display. Am I, as I say, just chomping at the bit to go and see this? Not really. But what this does do with that main event especially is capture the eyes of the casual fan. You know, it's a short card, but a card that you'll watch from start to finish, and it's a card that the casual fan will want to go and see with the likes of Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. on it. Finally seeing the fight. Both guys perhaps overhyped. The Chris Eubank Jr. because of his dad, Conor Benn, Eddie Hearn, I suppose. But I'll go and see it. I'll go and see it. Good fight. And as I say, as a neutral across all the fights, besides maybe Vidal Riley, I like Vidal Riley, but I also like Chev Clark. So kind of a neutral across the board, really. A good night of boxing, people. Let me know your thoughts on the card in the comment section down below. Who would you like to see feature on a Ring Magazine card? Where do you want it to go next? America, stay in London, and who's on it next? People, thanks so much for watching. If you like, comment, subscribe, you know how YouTube works, people. Peace.